my speaker is able to pick up everything that I'm saying. But excited to be here. It's like a family reunion, right? I mean, it's 1,000 people on here, and
1,000.
so there's a reason why there's 1,000 people on here, and I think if we could hold 5,000 or 10,000 people, we'd probably have that many people on here right now because of some amazing things that we've been able to do together, as a family. And, with everybody being here, I think it's really important. It actually reminds me of, getting together and having a family meeting at my house, with my mom and my brothers and sisters. We don't do it often enough. As a matter of fact, usually the only time that we get together is when we want to talk about some challenges that we're having. And, before we get into, everything that we're here to talk about, I think it's really important because a lot of people may poke fun at this, especially people that are on the outside looking in. But as God-fearing people, I think it's really important that we take a moment to just pray and give thanks to God to be able to be on this particular call right now, because there's a lot of people, and there are several within our organization that could not be with us today. Okay, so let's first be grateful for God's mercy, because none of us are deserving to even be in the position that we are in right now, but we are in it, and we want to be grateful for that. So, with that being said, I don't want to be superly over religious here, because there may be some that don't believe in the God Almighty, but at the same time, I still want to pray, for every single soul on here, so that obviously, God has put me in a position to be a messenger, one of the many messengers actually in this company. And I'm sorry, somebody just called my phone. Okay, perfect. And, I'm going to tell you, you got to be very careful what you ask for, especially when you believe in the Almighty, because he's truly going to always give you exactly what it is that you asked for. And I truly asked to be that messenger, because I truly believe, like so many leaders on this call, what our company NOVATECH stands for, and still believe to this day. So I want to be the first to tell you that everything that we're going to share with you is our perspective. All right. A lot of it will be our opinion on what is transpiring, what has happened, and what we feel will be the end result. All right. Which will be positive for each and every one of us. All right. We're not NOVATECH, even though we all, as a body, all 300,000, 400,000, 500,000 of us make up what NOVATECH is. We have to all understand and be respectful that nobody here presses a button. No one here has collected money from anybody. And we all have put ourselves in the same positions to win as well as be challenged. All right. So let's start first by saying this. NOVATECH has already proven that they're real. Their time in this business has proven that. The fact that the corporate members of this company, the owners, are real. All right. They can be touched. All right. They can be heard. And it is very important to know that while we hold NOVATECH to a certain standard and level, we have to also realize that the business that NOVATECH is in is extremely risky, and it takes extremely brilliant people of integrity and a higher power and mission to accomplish what they've already accomplished, and more importantly, to overcome what they are currently overcoming. All right. We are all right now, ladies and gentlemen, waiting, okay, for NOVATECH to come up with a resolution for the challenges that have come before us. And let me say and make this very clear, and this is my opinion, but it is from experience prior and from being able to see with a bird's eye view, being in this experience, why NOVATECH is where they are right now. This is what happens when you have so much success, blessing so many people in a gray space industry. And I say gray space, gray area, meaning we are in transition as we speak, and we are seeing it as the days come by. We are moving away from a cash society to a cashless society, to a digital form of currency. And guess what? Many of us have been able to operate in it and experience it right here at NOVATECH. That's first. Because we are in this space and we have created so much success, Cynthia and Eddie and Ricardo and their family has created so much success. With success breeds a lot of envy, a lot of animosity. All right. Not just from people, and which may not be a lot, but from people within, but more so from people on the outside looking in. And because of that negative energy that comes from the outside, let me tell you, and again, this is not to get spiritual, guys. This is important. We're a family here. The enemy knows how to steal, kill, and destroy. The enemy knows how to still be around and navigate and look for the weak spots. Because it doesn't take very much from the enemy to stir up chaos and to literally not just rock a boat, but sink a boat. So it is extremely, extremely important that we learn a lesson here today going forward in everything that we do, that we mind our business, that we stay connected, and we be in unison, in positive vibrations, in positive energy, in speaking into existence what it is that we want, and completely deflecting all of the negative that happens out there, guys. All right? Because all of the fear and the FUD, right, that has been created in this space has put NOVATECH in the position that they're in right now. Think about this, guys. NOVATECH has gone through over 3.5 years, 4 years, without a hiccup in being able to deliver on what it is that they've put out there. Think about that for a second. 4 years through all the ups and downs of the markets. Why all of a sudden, in a matter of a month or two, things just changed? Why? Because we allowed government agencies like Canada, we allowed a person, not a state, we allowed a person who filed a cease and refrain that meant diddly squat, scare hundreds of thousands of people into thinking NOVATECH was going away because they got a cease and refrain in California. Never got signed by anybody in California. It was like you going and putting a restraining order on somebody by filling out a documentation and paying $89. It created the bank run that NOVATECH is experiencing right now. Guys, all of us are here because NOVATECH was different than everybody else. They didn't lock up your money. They paid out every single week. There was no limitations on how much that you can actually receive. That's not because they weren't doing what they're supposed to do. It's because you had an ownership like Cynthia and Eddie who understands money and who understands not being greedy and being able to change the lives of people that look like you and me across this globe. So that fear was created. And because of that fear and because of what happened, and I can't go into detail because I don't know all the details about Canada, but I'm here to tell you guys that that stuff was real.
Yeah.
All right. NOVATECH made it very clear. NOVATECH's not trading options or stocks or bonds or CBCs or whatever. They proved that stuff. They didn't care. You know why? Because government agencies and bodies and all that stuff, they want a piece of the pie. And that, more importantly,
Right.
they don't want to see people like you and me being able to earn like we do. You know why? Because then that says they're not going to work in our employment system. Hello? Guys, there are thousands of people in NOVATECH making more in a week than they do in their jobs in a year. That's the big issue. And because NOVATECH never thought that the very people they serve and have been faithful to would ever turn their backs on them, because they never stopped paying, and they did that, now NOVATECH has to experience the other side of family turning the back on them, because they left everything open for us, guys. I'm telling you, I've been in this space 7 years, 4 years full time. We've never had the privilege to be able to talk to ownership and to truly see a people that look like Cynthia and Eddie change the lives of people that look like them and everybody else across this globe. And they still haven't disappeared. They're still here. They're still paying out, even though they've created all of these parameters. Now, do we know the rhyme and the rhythm and the algorithms of why and how and who? No, we don't know. We have no idea. All we can do is trust that they're going to do everything in their power to be able to regain the confidence in this company, and more importantly, the confidence in what it is that they do. How long can that take? Guys, let me say this. As leaders, and I'm looking at Miss Corey J, the queen right here, when we were all talking about different things that can go on, we had several leaders that was like, that's too short. We need more time. Like, come on. This company wasn't built overnight. It was built over many nights. When there's a challenge, we can't just try to fix things in a week or a month. Things like this take time. Right. But because NOVATECH wanted to deliver as they have, and they did not want to disappoint, they prematurely did a lot of things that really actually hurt them. Now, is that a mark against their record? No, because again, we don't have the stress and the responsibility that they have. Right. They did what they felt was best. They tried. It did not work to what they wanted. And guess what? Every time they did it twice. You know what happens, guys, when people say, and let's talk about God's body for a second. And again, it's not about spirituality here, but every organ in our body has a purpose. Every single one. Oh, but they took the spleen out. The spleen don't mean nothing. You think God would have put it there if it didn't mean anything? Oh, they took the appendix out. It don't mean anything. Oh, they took my tonsils out. It doesn't mean anything. Every single organ in your body has a purpose. And you don't realize the purpose until it's gone and something else happens. And you don't even realize that all those other things trickling, and now you got to take medications for it. All that's happening because something has been removed. A system is designed in its perfect creation to perfectly flow. And that starts from the heavens and the earth, the solar systems, all the way down to financial systems, to family dynamics, to the mindset. Guys, everything connects, guys. And we got disconnected. And unfortunately, the enemy was able to disconnect us. And I know, again, some of you might be like, man, Dad, you talking that bull, when I'm getting my money. I'm here to tell you guys, we have no idea. We only know that NOVATECH's going to deliver in however they're going to deliver. We just have to trust, because we're all in the same boat, guys. There are people that only put $100 in this platform that's going through what they're going through. And there's people that put 7 figures in this platform that are going through the exact, remember, we're all in the same boat. There's no comparisons here. We're all family and we're all experiencing the same turbulence on the same plane. The key is we trust the pilots that we're going to get to our destination.
Right. Absolutely.
Whatever that destination will look like, we are going to get there. And until that flight is over, we just have to sit back, strap on our seatbelts, and enjoy the ride.
There you go.
So I'm going to stop there for right now because we got some amazing leaders on this call. There's so much more that we can unpack. But I just wanted to kind of start everything off by just sharing those sentiments so that we all understand that no one here should be held accountable for anything. NOVATECH is who we all believe in, and NOVATECH is who we're all going to continue to believe in until we have no reason to. And at this point, we have every reason. To believe in. All right. So
praise the Lord.
Queen, I'm gonna go ahead and let you go for now, and then we'll continue and dive and unpack a little more for that. So.
All right, Young King. Well, I sure appreciate you letting me do that, you know. Good information there, baby. And just a good, strong mindset. You know, it's what it is that, you know, that we need. It's information that we need to hear. It's very strong. It's very powerful. And if you really embellish and take that in, it really and truly can be life-saving. Marcia, I know you probably want to step in here, baby. And I'll turn it over to you, Precious.
Oh, thank you so much, beautiful. Hello, family. As Corey and I and Dap and I were just, you know, really chatting and just thinking about things, you guys, this great company, their mission, where Reverend Cynthia Petion was given that vision to help eradicate poverty all over the world. I mean, none of us imagined to even be where we are today with so many lives changing. And I tell you, they're fighting to continue to do that, y'all. All they simply ask, although it may be so as painful as it is, but just a little bit of patience as they go through. They're still continuing to pay out. So please stay connected to the back office with updates. And someone texted me the other day and said they got paid, their withdrawals, their cash outs. So just continue to stay connected. As Corey says all the time, and I love when you say this, sis, you know, mind your business. And it's the responsibility of each and every one of us to own that piece and to really pay attention to the updates on the company's NOVATECH news channel, to updates that's in the back office. We all have the same connection to the same tools. So we just want to take the time, Corey and I want to take the time to say we appreciate each and every one of you. We love y'all. This is a family, as Dap stated. It's a family affair here. And we all, as Dap stated too, we're all in the same boat. We're all going through the same thing. And it's all in a drive for us to really help and continue to keep the prayer up and lift it up, Cynthia Petion.
Right.
Lift up Ricardo Roy.
Yes.
Lift up Eddie. Lift up the entire community here as we go through. As one family, striving towards that common goal, you guys. And so that's my update for right now, just to say, hey, I thank God for this incredible opportunity. And I want this to be, and it is, the legacy for myself and my family. I believe that wholeheartedly, you guys. And for so many generations to come. And there's some people that's not here today, as Dap said. And there's one young lady that's super special to me that's not here. And her husband calls us.
Hang in there as long as we possibly need to. We don't know what that looks like. We have no idea what the time frame is for NOVATECH to get back on track the way that we all experienced NOVATECH just 6 months ago. Dap mentioned the enemy always comes here to kill. Let me tell y'all something. The enemy has no dominion over God's people. As long as you stand strong, as long as you are firm in your faith, God will always prevail. It's what each and every one of us have to do. All we have to do is be patient. We are not corporate. Can you imagine what they are dealing with? Most of us probably cannot, because I don't believe any of us have ever been in the position that they are in, with over 400,000 individuals and families who they clearly hold an allegiance to. How do we know that? Because they have not closed the doors. They very easily could do that, y'all, and we know that, okay? But they have not. And the reason, Cynthia was given an assignment from God. Now, anybody that's offended on this call, as we speak about God and spirituality, and as DAP opened our call up with prayer, that's where we are here on Team Diamond. That's who we are. You call us what you want. Matters none to us. Who we believe and who we trust is Jesus Christ. He promised us that he would never leave or forsake us. He's not going to start now. Be strong, you guys. Please be strong. Not for us, but for you and your family, for many generations to come. When information is released, it will be placed in your back office so that you are kept up to snuff. It'll come directly from corporate so that you don't have to listen to the information that's out there. If you don't hear it from us, do not believe it, okay? If you want to believe it, knock yourself out. But I'm telling you, the information that we share is information that is authentic. Okay? Only because we care. Yes, absolutely, we care for our own families. Absolutely, we're doing this for our own families. Y'all are our families too. And so we're sharing the information with you because we care. We're going to get paid again, y'all, and it won't be long. I don't know. No one told me that. That's my thought. And it's also my prayer, right? But it's the truth. It's the truth that God loves, right? So y'all just continue to be strong as you have been. Be patient as you have been. And yes, I understand it's not easy. We all understand that. But please be patient for your sake and for your family's sake. It's going to pay off. I promise you, it'll pay off. I believe that with all of my heart. Dap, I know you wanted to come on and share something. And family, if you would like, we can open it up for a couple of the team leaders to come on if y'all want to say a little something, because again, we are all family here, and each and every one of you are important to us, right? Every cog in the wheel allows the wheel to turn. So your thoughts and your prayers, your good thoughts, they're important, right? So let's bring some of the leaders on, DAP. Did you want to come on, DAP, and add anything else?
Yeah, before I go, I just want, again, I want to let people know this is hard because we work 1/3 of our life for it. And that's money. People will kill for money. They will betray for money. They will abandon their family for money. They'll use drugs for money. That's because people worship money. It's why a lot of people actually join NOVATECH, because it's no different in some cases, you know, people that may say, well, I don't gamble, right? Everything in life is a risk. There's a level of risk. When it comes to money, there's a level to risk for every single thing. And when the rewards and the stakes are high, there's always an element of risk that you can lose it all. Now, I'm not here to say we're going to lose it all. I truly believe, you guys look in my eyes, all right? I truly believe that this company, if worst case scenario had to be, and I'm here to tell you that's not where they are. That's plan Z. I've always said this in the beginning. Worst case scenario, if NOVATECH could not be around, or if the owners had to close the door, which again, guys, we've already experienced this in the past in this crypto space. It happens every day. As a matter of fact, guys, why don't you just turn on the news and watch it happening in your banking system every single week? Another bank is going down. The very banks that people trust their entire lives with. If NOVATECH wanted to go away, if NOVATECH ran out of money, I hear this all the time. Well, they're not paying because they ran out of money. Guys, that's a Ponzi scheme. Meaning there was nothing really ever being invested or anything if you're going to say NOVATECH ran out of money. That's not a case of running out of money. It's a case of business completely halting. All right, guys, I want to, again, there's so many people that it's funny because every blue moon, I would test out someone who swears they know everything about everything when it comes to investing and trading, and they know what's going on in NOVATECH. And I'm a trader, and I know this. I've been doing this. Listen, I test everybody who quote unquote is a trader. And I'm like, man, that's so awesome. Open up your books. Let me see how much money you got in your bank account. Let me see what you're actually, ain't everybody. Do you know that 99% of traders lose money? This is why we utilize institutions and companies like NOVATECH, because we don't have the discipline. We don't have the power to be able to do what they do.
Right.
When people stop believing, when you stop contributing to your 401k, your retirement's dead. Dead, guys, dead. I challenge anybody to tell me that they started their retirement and within a year they stopped putting money in and they're able to have their money outlive them. Zero. So I say all this, guys, to say we are all in the same boat. And trust me, as hard as it is, I know some of you are having arguments and fights with your significant others and friends. This is what money does. It happens in all of our households, but we got to stay strong and realize that money is not the all end all. And if we believe and we continue with our lives and allow NOVATECH to do what they do, I think for the majority of us, we're going to be extremely excited about what's to come in the future with Cynthia and Eddie. So I just wanted to share that, guys. Just, again, be patient. Only take the news that you see in the back office or in the NOVATECH news channel. If you don't see it there, all of these letters going around that's created by individuals, if it ain't posted in your back office or on the NOVATECH news channel where you can literally scroll up and see it permanently there, then guess what? It was an opinion of somebody, maybe with good intentions, that put it out. but it's not the accurate because it's not coming from the source, which is Cynthia and Eddie. All right, guys, it's literally gotten to the point where even when I was able to post, I'm letting you guys know, I don't anymore. Why? Because we want the accuracy to come from the company and not opinions, because opinions get taken all types of ways. Even though we mean well, we just want to make sure that the appropriate information is actually going out. And guys, let me also say this. There's a reason why NOVATECH is very choosy on their words. Let me tell you guys something. There's some people on here. I say, oh, I'm going to call the SEC. I'm going to call the CFTC. Go ahead and call those people, guys, and see if everybody doesn't lose their money. You know why, guys? Because at the end of the day, no institution higher up wants to see people win. We have to protect what it is that we have. And we do that by just being patient, guys. All right? And that's all I can say with that. All right? NOVATECH is here. They're still paying. The website is still open. If you can see your back office, the documentation is there, and we just leave it from there. So with that being said, that's all we can say, guys. All right? And I'm going to pass it back over to you, Queen, so you can have some leaders come on.
Okay, very good. Let me just